One Piece was a Japanese manga series with hundreds of episodes, and was all about a young boy called Luffy and his small crew of pirates who explored the Grand Line in search of the mythical treasure known as the One Piece. It is still one of the greatest anime shows of the late 90s, and has actually won a Guinness World Record for the most copies published by a single author. It was a best-selling manga series from 2008 to 2018, and today we shall have the honor of remembering every character who rolled in the show, from the pirates to other minor characters, then later get to see the Americans and the Japanese people who voice each and every character and how old they are today. And we're going to start with Roronoa Zoro, who was undoubtedly the greatest swordsman in the show. He was the first person to join Luffy in his quest for the One Piece, and is still recognized as the right-hand man, and the number 2 of Captain Monkey D. Luffy. His history is too long for me to explain, but he was known to use 3 swords while fighting. One sword was on the left hand, the other on his right hand, and the third one was used by his teeth to protect his chest and face. He had no tactic skills in battle, and would go into a fight and wish for the best. He was easily one of the greatest fighters in the series, and was voiced by Christopher Sabat, who is an American voice actor who mostly focuses on voicing anime characters. He is also the voice of Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, and Shenron in Dragon Ball. Monkey D. Luffy started off as a kid with dreams of becoming the greatest ever pirate. People laughed at him for being so naive, but he went on and became the famous captain of the Straw Hat Pirates. He was always driven into the deep sea to find the legendary treasure and become the next pirate king. On his way to gather his faithful followers to go to the Grand Line, Luffy faced countless enemies and pirates, but would always defeat them, showing exactly how dedicated he was to his cause. His abilities came from eating a devil fruit when he was a kid, and it gave him stretching powers that made him indestructible. The only weakness for anyone that consumed devil fruits was the inability to swim, which made it even harder for the ones in the deep sea. He was voiced by a woman named Mayumi Tanaka, who is a Japanese actress and the famous voice of Uranai Baba and Krillin in Dragon Ball. Sanji was a boy who was adopted by a certain group of pirates, and was known for the tasty meals that he cooked. Luffy first invited him as a chef in his upcoming squad, but as the show progressed, he became more than just a chef. He was also known for his fighting style, where he mostly used his feet to beat the crap out of other pirates and thieves. He became the 5th member to join the team, and was among the senior officers after the group got larger. His dream was to find the rumored chef's paradise, which was where the East Blue, West Blue, North Blue, and the South Blue Oceans meet. Voiced by Eric Vale, an American voice actor, who can also be heard voicing Tom Shigaraki in My Hero Academia. And now to a girl called Nami, who became the navigator of Luffy's team on their way to the Grand Line. She was the 2nd member to join the group after Zoro, and was known to be the greatest navigator there was. She was initially a member of a gang called the Arlong Pirates, but would later leave them and join Luffy. She was 18 years old in the beginning, and 20 years old after time skip. A retired thief and now a navigator voiced by Lucy Christian, who is an American voice actress and a scriptwriter. Just like the voice actors we've discussed, she has also appeared in other anime shows and movies. Usopp was known as the sniper of the group, and was also a senior officer of the Straw Hat Pirates. He was kind of like Sokka from The Last Airbender, and was known not to be good in fighting. He started off as a coward in his village, but he had dreams of becoming a brave warrior of the sea, just like his father, and that was why he joined Luffy as a pirate in pursuit of glory and honor. He used a slingshot and marbles as weapons, and was actually really good with them. It was Sonny Strait who voiced him. He is a voice actor from the United States who is a manga voicing legend. Iron Man Franky was another senior officer of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet and the 7th member to join the team. He was abandoned by his parents when he was only 10 years old, and he worked himself into being the leader of the Franken family, which was a group of ship dismantlers and bounty hunters. He also became a cyborg after an accident in his early days. He started off as an antagonist who fought against Luffy and his team, but they later joined forces and worked together as one. His main dream in life was to create a ship and circumnavigate the world with it, and that was why he joined Luffy and his squad, which was supposed to help him fulfill his dream. He was voiced by Kazuki Yao, who is a Japanese actor and narrator. He has retired from the role of voicing Franky, which he has done religiously for 20 years since 2005. The crew had its own doctor called Tony Chopper. He was a fifth member to join the team, and was a reindeer who ate a devil fruit, which allowed him to transform into a human hybrid at will. He was taught medicine by Dr. Hirolik and Kureha, and his aim was to travel across the world in the hopes of accomplishing his dream of being able to cure any disease. Voiced by Ikkyo Tani, who is a Japanese actress and a voice actress. She is also the famous voice of Pikachu in the Pokemon series. Nico Robin was also known as the Devil Child, and was the archaeologist of the Straw Hat Pirates. She was the sixth member to join the team, and was born into a family of archaeologists. She was known to have the power of reproducing her body parts on any surface at will, and also the only one with the ability to read and decipher poneglyphs, a skill that was forbidden by the world government. A beautiful scientist voiced by Yuriko Yamaguchi, who is from Osaka, and a well-known voice actress in the Neon Genesis Evangelion. Brook played the part as a musician in the Straw Hat Pirates group. And other than Zoro, he was also known to be quite good in swordsmanship. He was the eighth member to join, and was known for eating the devil fruit called the Yomi Yomi no Mi, which allowed him to return to life after death. After eating the fruit and being brought back to life, he only appeared as a skeleton because his soul took too long to find his body, and by the time it did, his body was already decomposed. A singer voiced by Cho, who is a Japanese actor and narrator. Portgas D had the nickname Fire Fist, and was a captain of the Spade Pirates before getting recruited into the Whitebeard Pirates. He was kind of like the brother of Luffy, and was seen to be in pursuit of his former subordinate Blackbeard for crimes against his crewmate. While on his mission, he was captured and turned into Marines, who held a public execution for him in the Marine Ford. And although he was not executed, he lost his life in the hands of a man called Admiral Akainu while protecting his brother Luffy. He was voiced by Travis Willingham, who is a voice actor of both animations and video games. Caesar Clown was a scientist and the leading expert on chemical weapons of mass destruction. He did some illegal experiments which earned him a hefty bounty on his head, and was also known to make artificial devil fruits that were sold to an emperor called Kaido to help in the creation of an army of Zoans. He was a villain in all his appearances, and was a guy that came straight from the Grand Line. He was voiced by Ryusei Nakao, who is a Japanese actor and a singer in Tokyo. He is also known for voicing Frieza in Dragon Ball. Rob Lucci was initially a member of the CP9, and was known to be the unit's strongest member in history, after he was defeated by Luffy in a 1v1 battle. He was banished from CP9 by the leader called Spandam, who declared him responsible for the Straw Hat Pirates' win against the unit. But after 2 years, he was reinstated into Cypherpole as part of a new unit called the CPO. He appeared in a few episodes where he became the antagonist, and was also a man straight from the Grand Line. He was voiced by Tomokazu Seiki, who is another Japanese actor and singer. There was this girl called Yoko, who was from Little East Blue, and was known to take over her father's job as his protector. She was always seen wearing Marine uniform that belonged to her deceased father, and always idolized him for being a member of the Marines. Even though she hated pirates, she was a good friend of Luffy and his Straw Hat Pirates. The reason she disliked the pirates so much was because they were the ones responsible for her father's demise, and she believed that they were all evil and needed to be destroyed by the Marines. Voiced by Mari Yaguchi, who is an actress and a TV personality. She is also a singer and has been in a girl group in Japan since 1998. Don Krieg was the admiral of the Krieg pirates and an infamous pirate of the East Blue. He was known for his cruelty and arrogance towards his oppositions and his crew members, and was very confident in his own superiority despite his many failures during his rule. He had a ship that had strong weapons, and always believed that his arsenal of weapons could overcome any type of enemy. Even when he was getting defeated during his final battle, his ego never let him accept defeat. And even though he was a good combatant in fights, his hypocrisy and anger did not allow him to make any sound judgments that could have helped him out. He was voiced by Fumihiko Tachiki, who is a live-action actor and narrator. And finally, let's look at Kurazumi Tama, who was the last known survivor of the Kurazumi family. She befriended Portgas and joined his crew before becoming a major ally of the Ninja Pirate Mink Samurai Alliance. She was so friendly with everyone and always trusted people before thinking clearly. She had a habit of starving herself as a means of training her body, and always thought hunger was a way of mentally training the body to survive longer without the means of food. She was tiny but again very brave and steadfast, an orphan who lost her parents when she was just a young, helpless girl. She was voiced by Megumi Han, who is a Japanese voice actress known for the famous voice of Gon Freaks in Hunter x Hunter.